What is going on, everyone? Jada Final for here, the excited today. And today we're finally down to the last final 10 players in the top 100 list for each of us.
hmm
So we're going to see how close are we actually getting the, how close our list is for the last final 10. So number 10 for me is Josh Gibson.
There we go. Nice.
So we talked about Josh Gibson in the last video, but he was one of the greatest power hitters in the game. So according to the records, a lot of his records was lost. So they predicted that he had anywhere between close to 800 to 1,000 career home runs in his whole career. But Major League Baseball has like around like 171 recognize it. So we don't know for sure how many he has in his career, but overall, a very good player, athlete, and he's on a Hall of Fame.
hmm
He led the league quite a few times in home runs, bang titles. So yeah, Josh Gibson at number 10.
Okay, sweet. Um, for my number 10, a player that I don't expect to see on your list, given like what we've kind of talked about before. Really tough to rank, but I feel like 10, given everything about him, is respectable. Barry Bonds. Barry Bonds is number 10. So uh, there's a
Okay.
couple things that goes into this. So if you look at Barry Bonds like before steroids, which if you're assuming before steroids is like before like 1994, 1995, something along the like those lines, he's still a very fantastic player.
Oh yeah.
Won three MVPs, really good with Pittsburgh, pretty good defender, very good on base percentage, even before his time taking steroids. Now, why he makes the list, given everything, is like it's tough to fully know how much the steroids really impacted, or like how much I should say they impacted. They obviously impacted it positively, but to what degree, you know? And just for the fact that like he was the most feared hitter of all time, and he has a lot of records in terms of walks
Yep.
and intentional walks that'll never be broken, and just the level of fear he struck in pitchers, being walked 232 times in a season, that's pretty crazy. Um, uh, and I think even without the steroids, he would have had like good numbers and good counting stats, kind of continuing on what he did in Pittsburgh, like which is presumably the pre-steroid era when he was still kind of like not as uh, big and muscular. Um, Very tough player to rank, but even, given the steroids, what he did and his legacy, he's on the list, but a controversial player,
All right.
to say the least.
Number 9, Ken Griffey Jr. So he did not got 3,000 career hits. He finished below 2,800, so 2,781, 630 career home runs. He batted 24. He won an MVP. He's a 13-time All-Star, 3-time Herman Derby champ, 10-time Gold Glover, 7-time Silver Slugger, All-Star MVP, and Player of the Year award. So he played with Seattle, the Reds, the White Sox, and back to Seattle. And I think I read somewhere, I'm not sure he's still getting paid, but I think he's still getting paid by the Reds still. I think.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically Bobby Bonilla, basically.
Yep, yep.
So that's like another story for another time. But he never won a band title. there's just and breaking news. The Minnesota Vikings just acquired
Oh
Jordan
God.
Mason, running back, 2-year deal
Oh,
out of trade with 49ers.
oh, sweet. Well, there we go. Hmm.
So he's
He's
going to
pretty
be
good.
the.
So
So we're
there
going
we
to have
go.
him, Ty Chandler, and Aaron Jones.
Yep, yep.
They're,
I like Jordan Mason. I think he's a good. I think that'll be nice.
he's a good fantasy player.
That's right. Yep, yep.
But anyways, yeah, back to the video. Number 9, Ken Griffey Jr., although he's a great player, didn't win a band title, but his career's batting average was 292 with Seattle, 270 with the Reds, and 260 with the White Sox, but that was like 41 games, so not bad. Ken Griffey Jr.
We,
And also won the and also he won 4 times he won the he does lead in home runs 3
hmm
years in a row. He did that in 97, 98, 99, and he did that in 94.
Sweet. I was very, very worried that you were going to say the Vikings signed Aaron Rodgers, so I was kind of preparing for it. But Jordan Mason, very good. For my number 9, I think we talked about him last time. Mariano Rivera, the greatest relief pitcher in baseball
Yep,
history. Career 2.21 ERA over 19 years. Very deadly pitcher in terms of getting ground balls, weak contact. Only allowed 71 home runs, over 1,200 innings. So he basically really only allowed, what is that, like 2 or 3 home runs per year. And he got even better in the playoffs as well. Over 141 innings pitched throughout his playoff career, a .70 ERA.
that's
Very
insane.
rare was he beaten during the playoffs. But it did happen from time to time. But yeah, very uh, good pitcher throughout his career and even into his 40s, and easily the greatest relief pitcher of all time at number 9, Mariano Rivera.
Well, number 8, we have a player. I'm not sure we talked about him yet. Mickey Mantle.
Mm-hmm.
I think Mickey Mantle is a top 10 player. Yes, he played with the Yankees, Murderous Row, all that jazz. But he played in the era which is like basically like it was good.
Mm-hmm.
And so let's look at Mickey Mantle's stats. So Mickey Mantle, I believe him and Roger Maris was going for the record.
Mm-hmm.
No, he was not part of the Murderous Row. That was Ruth Garrick and someone else. But yeah, Mantle played from 1951 to 1968, 18 seasons over the Yankees. He led the league 4 times in home runs. To the lowest amount he led the league in was with 37. Now it's
Mm-hmm.
1955. Um, he won a batting title. He had a lot of different awards. He's a 3-time MVP, 7-time World Series, 20-time All Star. Wait, oh yeah, like that's when when Base had like 2 different All Star games in his season,
Mm-hmm.
which
Yep,
is
yep.
weird.
Yeah.
Gold Glover, Triple Crown, batting title, and Player of the Year. No, yeah, I think it was POY. But yeah,
Mm.
Mickey Mouse and number 8.
Sweet. My number 8, I don't think we've talked about him yet. Ty Cobb, very
No, we have not.
notable player. One-time MVP, but this was during the time when, like, I think you were only eligible to win one MVP, like, in your career, which was weird. 12-time batting title, which I think is a record that will never be broken. So he has the highest career batting average in MLB history at a 366 career batting average. Just a phenomenal hitter throughout his career, and just some insane stat lines, which will probably never be replicated. Um, uh, Multiple seasons hitting over 400, tons of RBIs, not a whole lot of power, but a lot of doubles and triples. Very excellent base stealer as well. Just a really phenomenal player, um, all around, and really great hitting and counting stats. Kind of reminds me of like Ichiro Suzuki, but better in a sense of like their skill sets. Ton of singles, ton of doubles, tons of stolen bases, amazing average, and the best hitter in baseball for a solid 10 to 12 seasons. He played 24 seasons in total, and just a phenomenal player overall. So at here he ranks at 8.
Number 7, we have a Boston legend here, Ted Williams. Ted Williams play from 1939 to 1960. So he played throughout like 19 seasons, but 3 years that he did not play due to the military service. And so that's when the women's softball league, women's league came into play.
Mm-hmm.
And now I heard them they're making a comeback with 6 teams starting the East Coast. But yeah, he led the league 4 times in home runs. He has the record for the on base schedule 482.
Mm-hmm.
Batting average of 344, 521 home runs, 2,654 career hits. If those 3 years that if they didn't have forced people to being in the military, he would for sure got over 3,000 career hits. 2-time MVP, 6-time bang title, 19 All Star, 2-time Triple Crown winner, and a 5-time Player of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane. So Ted Williams at number 7.
My number 7, just talked about him. Our first kind of overlap of the video. Mickey Mantle, like you said, 3-time MVP, 20-time All Star, had a ton of power, really good or good counting stats as well. Led the league in a lot of different categories such as OPS, slugging percentage, on base, and like walks. Throughout much of his career. Fantastic hitter throughout 18 seasons. And I think if he had played a little bit more or like another year or two, he would have been able to, like, or maybe 2 or 3 more years, get closer to like 600
Yep.
home runs and a little bit closer to 3,000 hits as well. But phenomenal player.
Excellent. Excellent. So number 6, really Mays. So he actually did play in Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
But people forget about it. It's the Minneapolis Millers. The forward team for the New York Giants. Do you
Mm-hmm.
remember that?
I do, yes.
And so that's insane. So
Mm-hmm.
have a famous player play for a AAA team.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
represent Minnesota too in the process. Well, and as a AAA player, but yeah, like he came up that later that year at age 20.
Mm-hmm.
Played from there from 1951. They moved to San Fran, obviously, to 1971. He played with the Giants, well, no, actually 72, and then he finished his career with the Mets,
Mm-hmm.
which he kind of slowed down a little bit. His average was like dipping.
Yep.
So like, yeah, I think it's time you retire, bud. I mean, he's a great player.
Mm-hmm.
Um, almost 3,300 career hits, 2-time MVP, 1954 World Series, 2-time All Star MVP, 24-time All Star Rookie of the Year, Short-Track Gold Glove, Major League Player of the Year, and the Roberto Clemente Award.
Sweet. Yeah.
At number 6. Who's your number 6?
Well, my number 6 is Willie Mays.
Hey!
Um, you pretty much said it all, but 660 home runs,
That's insane.
over 3,000 hits, phenomenal player. Um, and yeah, 12-time Gold Glove to really show his defense. And he had that really cool like defensive catch at
Yep.
like the in the World Series,
Yeah, I'm
the
catching
over
it
the
and like
shoulder.
throw it.
Yeah,
Yep.
yep. Like where he caught it over his shoulder. Yeah.
And lost his hand in the
So yeah.
process. All
Mm-hmm.
right,
All right, who you got at number 5?
number 5. We already talked about him in the video already. Not too long ago,
Okay.
actually. Number 5, Ty Cobb.
Yep, yep.
I mean, basically, you cover up basically. Has a record for the highest career batting average, 4,189 career hits, which I think P. Rose has it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he led the league in hits like 8 times. It looks like 7, 8 times. 8 times looks like.
Yep, yep.
Led the sort of bases quite a bit with like 6 times, 3 years in a row, and then like 3 in like 5 years in like RBIs. His batting average is like really. So his first year was like 238, 316, 350, 324, 377, 382, 419, 409, 389, 368, 369, 37, 383, 332, 384, 334, 389, 401, 340, 338, 378, 339, 337, 323. For a guy never drop below 300 again, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Ty Cobb, you basically said most of it. Number 5, Ty Cobb.
Sweet. My number 5 is our most recent player, and the most recent player that I have in the top 10, that being Albert Pujols, just retired about 2, 3 years ago. So Albert Pujols over 700 home runs in his career, 3,300 hits, 3-time MVP, 2-time Gold Glove, 11-time All-Star. Um, uh, Absolutely phenomenal with the St. Louis Cardinals for the early part of his career from 2001 to 2010. Easily one of, if not the best hitter in the league. Really good stats throughout then. Um, I think as everyone knows, when he was on the Angels, he wasn't quite as good, but he had longevity and he was still a productive player like throughout his time on the Angels and like later in his career. And even in his last season, his age 42 season, when he went back to the Cardinals, a very good and respectable season, and statistically an above average hitter as well. So because of the counting stats, because he got to 700 home runs and just easily like one of, if not the best hitter throughout the 2000s, that is why he is here at number 5. I definitely think if he had a couple better seasons with the Angels or just like was able to play more games since he had a little bit of injuries, he could have rivaled or gone close to Barry Bonds' home run record, but still, 700 home runs, nothing to scoff at.
No. Number 4, Derek Jeter.
Mm,
We mentioned him very early on.
really, really.
Yes.
Okay, I'm shocked.
Okay, yeah, same here.
Okay, let's hear
Even
it. No, no, yeah.
okay, even though he did not even though he was not the greatest shortstops, even though he can make some ridiculous plays, but obviously probably one of the worst shortstops fielding wise. But for a guy who was his second player to hit 3,000 with his he was his second player to get his 3,000 home hit was his 3,000 hit was a home run, which
Yep,
that
yep.
followed his former teammate Ray Boggs.
Yeah, yep.
And but yeah, overall, I mean 65, rookie of the year, Hall of
Mm-hmm.
Famer.
Mm-hmm.
That there was one person wrecked the unanimous vote again,
Yep, yep.
even though
Yeah.
like, even though he won the Gold Glove 5 times, also MVP, World Series MVP, 5-time World Series, 14-time also 5-time Silver Slugger, and a Roberto Clemente Award. Finished his career with 310. Jeter at number
Mm-hmm.
4. And I remember, I think it was 2008, Justin Morneau took the MVP away from Jeter. If
Oh,
remember
yep,
that,
yep.
if
Yeah, I
remember
remember
that,
that. Yeah.
Yankees fans was furious. Let them,
Yep.
let them.
See, this is why I was surprised. This is why I was surprised. You hear that, Yankees fans? You got someone at number 4. But anywho, my number 4 is the highest ranking pitcher on the top 100. I think you talked about him last time, Walter Johnson.
Yep,
So the main reason why
the
Walter
big
Johnson is
train,
ahead of like Cy Young, huh? What?
the big train.
Yes, yeah, that's right. Yep. The main reason why he's ahead of like Cy Young, Pedro Martinez, Mariano Rivera, like Randy Johnson, those types of people, is just for the sheer stats and the dominance. Where like Cy Young pitched more innings, but Walter Johnson was far more dominant. Walter Johnson, over a 21-year career, threw about 6,000 innings and has a 2.17 ERA career. Now, granted, a lot of this is like the early 1900s, so 1907 to 1927. So when there was lower offense, but still, nonetheless, just an absolutely phenomenal pitcher. And just insane seasons like 1913, 1.14 ERA, 346 innings pitched, 243 strikeouts, and even like his a lot of his counting stats and just like ERA plus as well, which is like ERA kind of adjusted for like what the average was
Yep.
for that specific season. He was about 2.5 times better than like the average. So just an absolutely phenomenal pitcher. 3-time Triple Crown, 5-time ERA title. I think he's someone with, if you translate him to modern, uh, like coaching and just modern, like, what's the word? Just like the modern era, I think he would be able to translate well. I mean, the stats really jump out at you as well. Also has the most career shutouts, complete game shutouts in MLB history with 110 complete game shutouts. So highest ranking pitcher, Walter Johnson at 4.
Number 3, you might be a shock. I have this guy on my list.
Uh-oh. Oh no. After Derek Jeter, I don't know what to expect.
Ah, Barry Bonds.
Oh, okay. He made the list. Yep, yep. Okay.
Okay,
I wasn't sure. Yeah.
seven-time MVP, 14-time All-Star, home run derby champion, 8-time Gold Glove, 12-time Silver Slugger, 2-time band title, 3-time Player of the Year. He played with Pittsburgh and with the Giants. I remember, I forgot what year this was. Him and Jim Leon got into it with each other.
Mm.
When he was with the Pirates. Like I think Leon didn't like what Bonds was doing,
Mm-hmm.
and I guess Bonds didn't really like what Leon was doing. So, and this
Okay.
was like during like
Oh,
spring training
yeah.
though as
Oh,
well.
wow.
I
Yeah.
just I just saw the other day, but yeah, for a guy who led the league, like like yeah, like you said, like for a guy who only left the league twice in home
Hmm.
runs, there's really no really evidence that he actually did took from hands drugs. Granted, there is stories that that his
Hmm.
trainer um you know like give him it or
Hmm.
and but there's also been stories I think Bonds I heard. I'm not sure that it's true or not, but I heard stories that he was giving other players performance drugs as well. I should look more into it,
Hmm.
but it. I mean, like people like they will come like conspiracy theories trying to like say like
Yeah,
what and
yeah,
what
yep.
on a player, but overall, Bonds was a very overall. He basically walks on kind of a guy. He led the league career in walks, home runs, um, intentional walks, and WAR.
Hmm.
So that's insane. And sadly, 2008, he got banned for baseball, and I think he got to reconsider it. I'm not sure he got like a lifetime ban. I forgot the
He's on the Hall of Fame ballot, or he
yeah,
was. Yeah.
but yeah, we could discuss more in a different video for Bonds. So because
Yep. Yep.
that deserves like another video because there's so much about Bonds like that it should be like talking like in a separate video. Like
Hmm.
I'm not
Yeah.
bashing Bonds at all. I'm not. Like we
Hmm.
could because him in the home run race between him and McGuire. Obviously, my McGuire, Saipe Mac, you took steroids. You cheated. It was clearly safe for my McGuire though. But
Yeah.
we could talk about him and Bonds like together in a separate video.
Okay.
So Bonds at number three.
So you think it's a little bit less for sure that Barry Bonds took steroids than like Mark McGuire? That's what you're saying?
I'm saying Mark McGuire 100% dead took steroids.
Okay, and you're saying Barry Bonds likely but not 100%?
Likely but
Or
not
like
100%.
okay,
It
that's fair. That's fair. Yeah.
there's like basically like 70 to 80% chance that he didn't. Even though if
Interesting.
you look,
Okay.
I did saw like a graph of chart of his like his upper body muscles. They grow over time, but that can be
Yeah.
anything though. That could be basically like lifting weights. But
Okay. Interesting.
but it depends like how rapidly it grows though, over like a short period of time. Yet
Yeah, yeah.
I major in exercise science, so that's something like exercise science people look into.
Huh.
But yeah,
Interesting. Okay.
we could talk about like
Yeah,
another
yeah.
video. Okay, who's your number three?
Sweet. Number three, talked about him a little bit ago, Ted Williams,
Oh,
the
okay.
longtime Boston Red Sox. So, kind of the main thing with Ted Williams is like when he did play, or like, or I should say, when he played, like he was the best player in the major leagues by far. He basically led the league in like all sorts of important stats, such as like RBIs, home runs, batting average, on base, slugging, and OPS, pretty much like throughout when he played during his prime. And he got 3 years cut short, his age 24, 25, and 26 seasons. Didn't play because of World War II. And I think if he did play, he would have definitely reached 600 home runs and 3,000 hits right now. Or I should say, he finished with 521 home runs and 2654 hits. So, incredible player, two-time MVP, six-time batting title, and easily the best player when or of his era. Ted Williams at three.
Okay.
Number two,
These next two, we should either get the same or
I
flip
I
flop.
I I think we're gonna have the same, but let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Number two got Beirut.
Hmm.
All right, Yankees fans, you probably gonna hate me for this. Yes, we know he was the home run king before with 714 home runs. And he was a pitcher with the Red Sox. I don't think he was good as a pitcher, though. I don't think he was good as a pitcher. The reason why I say that is his command. That's the reason why I'm going to go with. His command was not that
Hmm.
good. He led the league in 1918 with 11 home runs. I know that's impossible.
I mean, no one was hitting home runs back then, to be fair, but yeah, that is
Yeah.
kind of wild.
He played with Boston, then he went to the Yankees, and then he went played with the Boston Braves, which he was supposed to be the manager over there, but he got lied to
Player
basically.
manager. Yeah.
Basically,
Okay.
use him. So basically, the Boston Braves basically use him as a pawn just to bring fans in.
Fair.
Basically,
Yeah.
so basically, Boston Braves basically said Beirut basically was kind of like a joke.
Oh, okay. Yep. Yep.
But yeah, like he was. I mean, if you were put in today's world, in today's game, I don't know how you would do, but who's your number two?
Babe Ruth. So we probably do have the same one then. I really don't know who else it would be at this point. But Babe Ruth. Uh, like when I first was making this list, I started with 100 and I worked my way up, and I had Babe Ruth at one, but then I kind of reconsidered. When I got closer to the top. But Babe Ruth really changed the game of baseball. Babe Ruth is one of the people that really pioneered offense in baseball because, kind of like you were saying or alluding to before, when he led the league with 11 home runs, people weren't hitting home runs back then.
Yeah,
But, to go from leading the league with 11 to 3 years later with 54, which is just unimaginable. Like, given the second best player was, I believe, something in the 20s. So 714 home runs, not 2,000 hits, but he did get close. But just in my opinion, the best power hitter in the history of baseball. Incredible power throughout his career. And he was okay as a pitcher. I do see what you're saying. Like he did walk a fair amount of people, but he was decent, like ERA wise. Not a big strikeout pitcher.
yep.
Walked a lot, but he really didn't give up a lot of home runs during his time as a pitcher, and not a whole lot of earned runs overall. But because of all of that and just how he changed the game, number two. So number one, I think I'd be stunned if we didn't have the same. I think there's only one logical person that could be at number one that we haven't discussed. So
Hey,
do you want to
Karen.
say it at three?
Yeah, this is
Yes, yes,
three,
yes. Yeah.
three, two,
Two,
one.
one.
Hank
Hank
Gary
Aaron.
Aaron. Yeah, let's
All right,
just
you go first.
okay. Hank Aaron, Hall of Famer, MVP, 25-time All Star. He won the World Series back in 1957, three-time Gold Glover, two-time batting title, uh, 3,771 career hits, 755, 755, no wait, 755 career home runs. Finishes batting up with 305, originally a home run king. He has the most RBIs. I don't think this record will ever be broken. 2,297 career RBIs and total bases with 6,856. He owns both of those records.
Hmm. Yeah, and kind of the main reason why I put him ahead of Babe Ruth for number one is I feel like Babe Ruth is the best power hitter, where Hank Aaron is like the best complete hitter in the
Yep.
sense that he has a good batting average, he gets on base, good slugging, You know, 755 home runs, 3,700 hits. I think we've seen a lot of players that are kind of close to either of those, but just his counting stats are phenomenal, and like his rate stats also, like um career 305 batting average, almost a career 1,000 OPS as well. So in my opinion, the greatest batter and the greatest hitter, or just greatest player in baseball history, Hank Aaron.
I mean,
Wow.
okay.
Yeah.
That is it for the list.
hmm
So
hmm
let me know down in the comments. Do you actually agree with either of the lists? Or do you think like we're all on BS about it? I think if I look at my list in the next couple of weeks and we do like
Anything
a
that you would change from when we made this?
uh I'm not sure at the moment.
Okay.
I am not
I
sure at the
think
moment.
um I think I'd move Pete Rose a little bit higher. He was at 23. I think I'd put Pete Rose slightly higher. And honestly, I think I might put Mike Trout slightly lower. He was at
Yeah,
25. Like, I don't know. Those are kind of the two that are jumping out to me when I'm reviewing or like looking back at it, but I'm
I
pretty
probably would
confident with it overall,
I probably would have flip flopped Suzuki and P Rose.
Mm, fair.
Yeah,
Yeah,
living
we
on
made
this.
this list. I mean, it's been a solid,
Yeah,
what, 6 months at
yeah,
least since we made this list.
yep.
So, yeah. Uh, well, thank you for coming with us on our top 100 journey, and I'm sure we'll find more sports related things to rank pretty soon. We've done basketball before, but we
Top
haven't really
10
touched much in NFL or I'm not
NHL.
super I don't really know a whole lot about hockey, but I could make a list,
Yep.
if we wanted to. So we'll see. We'll see.
I think we should do which place is dynasty to be in the Hall of Fame for football.
Ooh, oh, that would be cool.
I know one right away.
Hmm.
He played the Jets. The quarterback, Joe Namath,
Oh, Joe Namath. Yeah, that's fair.
terrible. But yeah, that's a video for another time. Thank you so much for
Yes.
watching. We will see you out. And the next these videos should be out in the next few weeks. So stay tuned and thank you so much for watching.